Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about if statements in C. We know that if statement is one of the branching statement. It is also called as a decision making statement. In any programming language, if statement is used to check the condition and make the decision. The decisions or statements are enclosed inside the curly braces. However, if only a single statement has to be executed, your curly braces are not mandatory. Depending upon the number of the conditions to be checked, we have the following types of if statement. What does it mean is here if statements are the decision making statements. We just check whether if it is true, do something, otherwise if it is false, do something else. So likewise we keep on checking about the condition and make, depending upon the condition, the decisions are made. Okay, so now when there are more than one statement, we are using the curly braces to make a block. Otherwise we can also write the if statement with only a single statement also. So based upon the number of conditions to be checked, we have different types of if statements. The following are if statement, if else statement, if else statement, and the nested if statement. As the pattern implies, if statement is only check whether the condition is true, that's it. And if else statement checks whether the condition is true or false. If it is true, what has to happen? If it is false, what has to happen? And in the case of if else, if there are many conditions to check, if one condition is checked, if it is not, next condition is checked. If that is also false, next condition is checked. Likewise, consequently the conditions are checked consequently till you get the right decision. That is called as the if else if statement. And finally the nested if, that is the function, that is a nested if decision making if statement is called within another if, that is called as a nested if. Okay, now let us see with the example or the sample codes. Here the first one is the if statement. Okay, so here the syntax of the if statement is if condition, open the brace, and then the statements. Okay, so now example is if n less than 0, the condition, and then the statement is print percentage d is less than 10n. That means we are just printing the number you got from the screen. That is, if it is true, that is done. Otherwise it is exited. There is no else condition. So there is a simple if statement. Okay, now you can see here within the if statement there are two statements. So it is given in a block. There are two printf statements. If there are more than one statement, it has to be given in a curly braces block. Okay, and now let us see the next type of the statement, which is the if else statement. Here the condition is truly checked whether it is true or not. If it is true, something is done. Otherwise it is false, something else is done. That is called as an if else statement. In the previous case only if statement, if something is true, do something, otherwise you have to come out. But in the case of if else statement, if the condition is true, do some process, else do some other process. That is called as the if else statement. So example given here is if condition, then open the brace, the statements, and then other statements, and close the brace, else another block of statements. So if has some block of statement, and else also has some block of statements. If condition is true, the first block is executed. If the condition is false, the second block is executed. So the example here they are giving is if n percentage 2 is equal to 0, print percentage d is even. That means the number we are given is a even number, otherwise it is an odd number. That is, here we are having two-way choice. So it is called as an if else if statement. If the condition is true, it is even. If it is false, it is odd. So this is where the if else if statement works. And likewise the next is the else if else ladder. There are multiple cases and multiple segments to be checked. So there we are using the same thing. If condition is 1, you get a set of statements, statement 1 is executed. Else if condition is true, then group of next statement is executed. Else if, likewise, else if goes on and on. There are multiple decisions. From there we have to take one decision. That is the if else if condition or the if else if ladder. It goes in many levels. Okay, so otherwise if else if and many after many else ifs, finally we have to end up with the else, because if all the things are false, then something has to be done. That is done by the if else if statement. And the example given here is if n less than 0 means the number is negative. Else if n greater than 0, the number is positive. Else print number is equal to 0. So we are having three conditions checked. Only condition is only one, and whether the number given is less than 0 or greater than 0. Accordingly, the statement is printed. Okay, if n is less than 0, print number is negative. F2 n1 n greater than 0 means number is positive. Likewise, you have two-way options, if and else if. Again, you go for some other else, we can print the number is equal to 0, or we can say some other statement also. So here all the single statements. So after if and else if, there are single statements, so they need not be given curly braces. It is simply given. But in your syntax, the if statement is opened by a curly brace and closed with the curly brace. If that is the case, we have to give the, if there are more than one statement, we have to enclose with the curly braces block. Now here, since it is only one, we are just given as if n less than 0, print it is negative, else if it is positive. So this is how the if else if ladder statement is created, is formed to give some solution to the problem. Now we are having the nested. Nested, we know that nested means one if statement within the another statement. Now we can see here, if condition 1 is true, set of statements will be executed, and in that if sub condition is 1, statements are executed. What does it mean is, if the sub condition is 1 condition is true means a group of statements are executed. Likewise, it is go to the next step, it is else if. Like this, it can go multiple times, else if statement, and accordingly whichever condition is met or true, the particular case will be solved. So that is given by this simple example. If n less than 0, print percentage d is less than 100 n. That means the message is just printed as value n is less than 100, and we are checking whether it gives some reminder. It's some statement in the program which decides whether the number is even or odd. So if n percentage do is equal to 0 means we can print the number is even. Okay, print the number is even, percentage d the number is even, and the n is printed. Otherwise, else the print of percentage d it is odd. Okay, so now the condition checked here is n percentage 2. That means we are checking with the even number logic, so that if it gives some remainder, it is an odd number, otherwise it is an even number. So the if main block of this if is closed. When you started with the if n less than 0, that block is closed now. Then again it start else, printf percentage d is equal to or greater than 100. This is the third set of statement for the else. So there are several if and else if statement, it keeps going, and finally when the final state is reached, we have to give the statement as else. You have to type some valuable if statement, valuable seed statement. So that's all. Return 0 is the statement which returns 0 to the main function which calls. So that's all. This is how the syntax of the nested if statement and the program logic works. So basically we are having simple if else, and also we have if else ladder. So this is how the if statements helps in making decision making to solve any problems under consideration. Hope it is easy to follow, and thanks for watching.